pass to Paul Rietzel on his left. So whatever Paul ended up with, it's Sam's fault, partly, or responsibility. Not quite sure what the right word for that is. So let's see what Sam can come up with his first pack. And it's kind of an interesting first pack. Here we go. Plated Crusher, Resolute Blade Master, Brutal Expulsion is the rare. Unnatural Aggression goes by. Boiling Earth, there you see. Eldrazi Sky Spawner.
Sky Spawner.
Yeah. And
interesting. So the best cards are the blue Sky Spawner and the blue-red Brutal Expulsion.
Absolutely, and that's his choice. So
yeah,
where
he's kind of messed up because whatever he does, he's creating a potential competitor on his left. So you take the single color card? I think Brutal Expulsion is the more powerful card. I mean,
counter something or bounce something and deal 2 to something or someone.
But I think that the Sky Spawner is totally defensible here. In fact, the Sky Spawner might just be better given that it's a single colored card.
Well, he does take the Sky Spawner, so 2 bodies in 1 card.
But now he's passing a Brutal Expulsion, and he knows he's creating a blue-red drafter on his left somewhere.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Paul Rietzel, the Expulsion is now by far the best card in that pack, and Paul's the kind of guy who likes to read signs.
So, Smite the Monstrous, Grip of Desolation.
Grip of Desolation is a great card.
Yeah, he pulled Grip pretty much straight to the front.
What else is even
There's a Blighted Fan,
here, right?
Kozilek's Channeler. Gruuldraz Overseer is the rare, the 3/4 fly for 6. But, I mean, it's not the same,
I think this is
it?
an easy Grip of Desolation. And blue-black is totally fine.
Yep.
Both your starting cards are devoid. You're sort of headed down this blue-black road. There you go, Grip of Desolation.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Obviously, not easily splashable if he needs to move away from black. It is double black, whereas the Sky Spawner is just a single blue. But on we go to pack 3, and we have Core Castigator going by, Inspired Charge.
Catacomb Sifter.
Catacomb Sifter.
He went through the rest of the pack a little quickly after that.
He did. Kozilek's Sentinel he brings to the front. Spell Shrivel.
Sentinel can't be the pick. He's past Brutal Expulsion.
Okay. Ruin Processor also in the mix.
Don't you take... I would be looking at that Catacomb Sifter and thinking about green-black. Like, he's got a good black card and a good blue card at this point. Okay, switches to Spell Shrivel?
And that was at the absolute last moment. He was halfway down with the Sentinel and then goes, no, I'll take the Spell Shrivel.
The Sentinel's the wrong pick, but... don't you speculate on Catacomb Sifter rather than take a pretty mediocre blue card?
Well, there's another Spell Shrivel here. Coral Helm Guide. Bloodbond Vampire if he wants to be double black again to go with his Grip of Desolation. Fertile Thicket keeping towards the front. Snapping Gnarlid. 2/2 becomes a 3/3. You see Core Entanglers and the uncommon. Scour from Existence. Myers Malice. 6 mana for a 3/3 and
wow.
Yeah.
4th pick Myers Malice.
Yes, I thought that might surprise you.
I mean, I was expecting to see that card yesterday. Sealed Deck is slow enough that you have time. It's not super efficient in terms of the speed of a booster draft can take.
So here we've got 2 blue cards. We've got Incubator Drone and Ulamog's Reclaimer, Smite the Monstrous in white, Core Castigator white, Stone Fury and Sure Strike in red.
Reclaimer is better than Incubator Drone. So if he wants a blue card, I think it's Reclaimer. And I think you want a blue card. Like, you're blue at this point. You took Spell Shrivel. You're so interested in cutting off blue that you took a Spell Shrivel.
So yes, Ulamog's Reclaimer was indeed the pick.
So he's kind of settling into blue-black. Oh,
Which
Sunken Hollow
helps.
Here.
Horribly Awry, Nettle Drone in red, Eyeless Watcher.
Yeah, it's either Sunken Hollow or Horribly Awry. I might actually take Sunken Hollow. I don't have a great read on Horribly Awry yet. I mean, it's a 2-mana card that tends to trade with more expensive cards, but only when you have your mana untapped. So, I mean, it could easily be that Horribly Awry is just a solid card in a blue-black deck. I like lands, though. Getting the color fixing,
right?
Getting you maybe wind up splashing something down the road.
So now we see a second Nettle Drone.
Yeah, he sees the red going through.
Yeah.
That's the problem. He hasn't taken a single red card yet.
He has not.
But he's got the read,
twice.
right? Red is open. He's thought about it. But he also knows now, not only did he pass second pick Brutal Expulsion, he's also passed those red cards since then. So, okay, he's going to take the Nettle Drone here. And I think that makes sense. There's nothing for him, so you may as well, either A, kill the best card in the pack, even if you don't wind up taking it, and maybe it's not too late to move in.
Well, there's a Zadahedron Grinder, Void Attendant Green,
Cultists Reap. Wow, yeah, this is...
And he takes Void Attendant, right?
This deck could be a lot better off of a Catacomb Sifter.
Sure.
I don't know why this deck doesn't have a Catacomb Sifter. The rest of the picks all seem defensible to me.
Mm-hmm.
That one I just don't agree with.
So from not a lot of stuff, he's going to take a Boiling Earth.
Okay. Yeah, he's thinking about the red. He's going to get totally cut off next pack, but...
Interesting.
You may have guessed from my commentary that Paul is totally blue-red.
Okay.
Took, first picked a blue card, got past the expulsion, never looked back. Blue-red the whole way.
Right, so here's another Boiling Earth, because there's nothing much else there.
I understand why Paul's late picks were so dry. Blue-red looked wide open in the first pack, but yeah, Sam started speculating 8 picks in.
Yep. Royal Mage's Trick takes Skyline Cascade over that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then we polish off the last couple of cards of pack 1. Now, I can tell you that to Sam's right at this point in the draft, lots of black. Heavy black, little bit of white. Was 1 seat round from Sam.
But he got the Grip of Desolation. What was that, second?
Yeah.
What got drafted over a Grip of Desolation?
That I did not see. Excuse me, boys and girls at home. Sorry for that little cough in your ears. Hope I haven't destroyed it.
Nothing like what I did to their ears systems. When Paul got past Rolling Thunder.
Oh, really? And crumbled to dust.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone wearing headphones was very aware of Paul getting past Rolling Thunder based on my reaction.
Yeah. Okay,
Sam's deck is not good right now.
Well, yeah.
His deck is he should be very happy he's 12-0.
Remember what I said at the start? He
yes,
only needs one win.
Sir.
Might be saying it for a while. But, on his right, that heavy black with a little bit of white does at least mean, because initially it looked to me like they were potentially like 2 side-by-side black-blue drafters. But to his right, looks more like black-white. And now we have to see what Sam...
And the player on his right is Scott Markison, I believe?
I think that's one... right, yeah.
I think it's Scott Markison.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. So they had a little pause just to let the rest of the build catch up. So here we go. Sky Spawner, Spell Shrivel, Ulamog's Reclaimer, Horribly Awry, Grip of Desolation, Nettle Drone, Double Boiling Earth, Scour from Existence, well, probably not anyway, right now. Maya's Malice.
Yeah, this isn't all his fault.
Void.
I mean, maybe Catacomb Sifter maybe could have gotten out of the blue train wreck and gotten into black-green, but when you open a pack and the best cards are a blue card and a blue-red card, there is no great answer, right?
Yeah.
You can maybe look at what's the third best card, but like those two just felt like they were significantly better than card number 3, and now you can make the case: Expulsion, take the gold card; Sky Spawners, take the single color card. But, I mean, there's not a good answer. Either way, he was going to have problems.
Sure.
I mean, maybe Paul wouldn't be red if Sam had drafted... Well, if Sam drafts Brutal Expulsion... Now we're talking psychic plays, but... The way the cards got passed, if he'd gone Brutal Expulsion, he would have cut off all the red, and Paul would have been blue something else, I bet.
Right.
But, I mean, that's like committing first pick to both your colors.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, some people like to stay open. Some people like to just commit and cut it off.
Well... Sam still has some reasonable cards, and he's only a third of the way in.
Right.
So
no, pack 2, he's hoping for direction. I think what Sam wants in this pack, he's like, show me an uncommon or a rare. Give me a direction for my deck, please.
Yeah, give me some nice blue-red cards. Oh, wait. Except we don't think that's going to happen.
Well, yeah.
So here we go. Grove Tender Druids. And there's the red. It's
card.
Smothering Abomination.
Oh, okay.
It's
Fine.
double black. All right.
I'm
fair
in.
enough.
Yeah, take this Smothering Abomination.
Yep. This will do fine. Certainly not taking a Horribly Awry. There's a Blighted Gorge. That's not doing anything. It's really pretty straightforward here.
And he doesn't know that there's a black draft on his right. He knows he got past Grip of Desolation second.
Yep.
Now, he didn't get any black after that. I mean, maybe he picked up a read that, oh, I get it. That was just a really,
2 strong cards.
He took the rare. I don't remember if the rare was missing from that pack.
I don't recall.
But, I mean, Grip's only uncommon. There's a rare missing from that pack. It's even... even more possible that you could get the read, oh, that guy just opened the same thing I did, right? The two best cards shared a color, and black's not actually open. But even if you think that's true, the Abomination's still by far the best card in this pack.
So, brace yourself. You'll like this one.
Okay.
Dominator Drone. Good, good, good. That was a sigh of stagnation just there.
The hookup. Sire of Stagnation, yes, that is exactly what Sam wants here.
5-7 for 6, and basically says, how about you never play lands ever again? It's not literally what it reads. Actually just says they exile some cards and you draw some cards. But yes.
Easy pick.
Yeah. Bit of a
5-7 for 6. Some other abilities. Easy pick.
Yep. So thanks very much for that.
Yeah, now we're just settled into black-blue. No more red. And you see, I mean, Paul Rietzel on his left, who passed him that sire, getting paid off for cooperating, right? He didn't take the mythic out of his pack. He's like, going to pass this along to my good buddy Sam, and then maybe Sam will pass me my cards in the third pack. You're both better off if you cooperate in a booster draft scenario.
So uncommon, Carrier Thrall. Or we could have some Coastal Discovery for some cards. Thrall gets you a Scion.
Yeah, Marshall, I know, is really high on Coastal Discovery. I know that's what he would take here.
Okay.
I kind of like the Carrier Thrall pick. So few good true drops in the format.
Right. That's where Sam goes. And now, again, as you say, settling into blue-black. Let's see whether there are blue and black cards in his immediate future. Well, Altar's Reap, it's black, but it's not really in his future. Oracle of Dust and Nakana Assassin. That's the choice here.
Those are the choices. I don't know, it's kind of a curve pick. I don't think he has much ingest, right? I mean, Oracle 3-5 for 5 is not exciting. It's okay. If he had a bunch of ingesters, you know, infiltrators, mist intruders, or whatnot, but he doesn't even have culling drones, so. Then again, it's not like he has gain life for the assassin, so.
Sure.
I think he's more, in fact, he's more likely to wind up with ingesters than he is to wind up with life gain, so. Oracle makes sense.
Next up, there's a Calastrian Nightwatch, another Kozilek Sentinel, Clutch of
Yeah,
Currents,
I like the clutch here.
and a Benthic Infiltrator, which
Oh,
is of
Skitter
course,
Skin.
Yeah, the 4/3 can't block.
Yeah, I would. Isn't the Skitter Skin better than the Infiltrator? I mean, all three of those cards are good. Skitter Skin. I mean, Skitter Skin can't block, but it hits pretty hard, and he's gonna have enough colorless cards to be able to regenerate it.
Yep.
So I like that better than the Infiltrator. I mean, Clutch is kind of in this different category.
Sure.
Doesn't have much trickiness in his deck right now. Doesn't really have much way to interact with his opponent. So Clutch is a very, very good card.
There's a Resolute Blade Master was the very first card out of that pack. Oran Reef Invoker. Another Nakana Assassin. Silent Skimmer.
Yeah, it looks like a Silent Skimmer to me. Pseudo 2/4 flying for 4. Doesn't block as well as a 2/4 flyer. Wow, it goes Assassin. Interesting. Like I said, I'm trying to think. It doesn't really have any Devoid synergy in his deck whatsoever, right? That the Silent Skimmer would be playing. So he's just like looking at it as an 0/4 flyer that hits for 2.
Grave Birthing over Painful Truths.
I mean, Grave Birthing does a fair amount of stuff. Doesn't really have trickiness for his deck, but it is a way to get a card into exile that he can then process. And it's a cantrip.
Yep. Cantrip meaning it replaces itself. You draw a card. Don't ask us for the origin of the term cantrip. Just don't. We're not going there.
I can go there.
Maybe we will later on then. Plated Crusher.
Do you not know where cantrip comes from?
I've heard lots of different stories. You can tell me the actual, if you're confident of being able to back up the actual truth, we'll do that in a bit. But here's a Resolute Blade Master, also known as I don't want to die to a Resolute Blade Master.
Yeah, he's like, there's probably not a red-white drafter at the table, but just in case they tried to long-wheel this, I'm going to kill it. It's Dungeons & Dragons. Cantrips were the super easy spells that the wizard could cast over and over again. He didn't have to memorize them. He didn't have to sleep overnight.
Right, go back to the inn.
Right. I mean, normally with D&D, your wizard has to like sleep and work on memorizing spells. But the cantrips, you get them right back again. They replace themselves.
Ah.
So yeah, it's a D&D reference.
Oh, there we go. That's awesome.
He's just all about killing the gold cards in case people are long wheeling them.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Coral Helm Guide's totally playable.
Yeah, he actually takes the Coral Helm Guide here. And then we head out back end of Pack 2, coming from Paul Rietzel on the left. You've already seen his draft live. Remember, right now, the players are building towards round 13, which, of course, we'll show you live. Calastria Healer is the fourth last card from that pack. And pretty easy and pretty insignificant Altar's Reap coming right up. There it goes. So, we didn't like it after Pack 1 with pretty good cores.
I mean,
so how are things now?
It's fine. I mean, he's got 2/3 of a blue-black deck. He's going to need to get some actual cards from the last pack, but he's got, he's got some power at the top between, the Mythic. He's got the Grip of Desolation. He's got, some dudes. It's not, oh my god, amazing. It's not as good as Paul's deck, but, well, it's not as good as Paul's deck's wound up. Paul's deck at this point was similar. Good, but not perfect.
So here is Sam getting his 45 seconds to think things through. He's added a very powerful Smothering Abomination. He's added a very, 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 very powerful Sire of Stagnation. Did
he not get much else? Was there no depth? Is that what the problem is? Cariel Thrall's a solid role player. He's got an Oracle, got a Clutch. Assassin's mostly just a 2/3, but playable. There's a Channeler hiding in there. Yeah, I mean, this deck's not amazing, but it's fine. Like, he only needs one win.
Yep.
I feel like his expectations at this point are more than one win. They're like 1 point something wins.
I was going to say they don't do points of wins, but yes, they do.
Value?
They call them draws.
Well, also there's that.
All right, 1 pack to go for Sam Pardee, your leader, remember, in this tournament, 12-0. He has not lost at Battle for Zendikar yet. So let's see. Well, maybe he lost at the pre-release.
He might have gone to the pre-release. Hasn't lost in Premier Play match.
In Premier Play, there we go. So let's see what he can come up with in this final pack of 3 as we head towards live coverage of round 13 of 15, remember, here at Grand Prix Madison. Here we go. Grove Rumbler, Retreat to Emeria, Dampening Pulse.
Another Sky Spawner.
Yep, that comes to the front. Also taking a look at Salvage Drone. There's Exert Influence.
It's an easy Sky Spawner. I mean, Exert Influence is good if you have 3+ colors in your deck.
Right, 3's the number you want, isn't it? Not just a straight 2.
I mean, 2 and a splash. 2 and, like, 1 land of the other color and, like, an Evolving Wilds is good enough. But at just 2, you're not going to first pick it over a Sky Spawner.
Yeah, so it looks like Sky Spawner is where Sam will head. It is. Okay, so this one's interesting.
Okay.
Let's remember he's blue-black. Brood Monitor has a look round, sees Evolving Wild, sees this Wind Rider Patrol, and then sees this Woodland Wanderer. All right, off you go.
I mean, I would Wind Rider Patrol, but he must be that he takes the Woodland Wanderer, given your setup. I mean, this is a great Converge card. He wishes he'd taken the Control Magic now, obviously, in the Splash Green for Converge cards. Like, maybe the Evolving Wilds will come back. I would just take Wind Rider Patrol here. It's good. Like, 4/3 for 5, 4/3 flying for 5, and you scry when you hit your opponent. I mean, look, Woodland Wanderer is great.
And Woodland Wanderer says, I love you. Look, it's got a little heart on it.
They all do. They all have the same heart in the same place.
I know.
The Woodland Wanderer, he loves the Woodland Wanderer. That's what we've learned.
There we go.
Yeah, that card is very, very good, except he doesn't actually have any mana fixing in his deck right now. Too good to pass, apparently. So
that Rolling Thunder is pick 3. Are we now about 30 seconds away from people's eardrums being burst?
We were, yes. At live.
Yes. in the equivalent
I was so
timeline.
excited that Paul got past the 2-drop that he needed. Kozilek Sentinel was exactly what Paul's deck needed. 2-drop devoid creature in red or blue.
Right.
That's what he needed. And I was like, oh, just what the doctor ordered. And then he got to the back of the pack.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's nothing here for Sam. Is
No,
there?
he
Hedron Archive?
he just
Yeah.
takes a Hedron Archive.
It's fine. It's funny. He's actually shuffling these packs. Marshall suspected he was deliberately trolling Paul because the bombs kept being the last card in the pack. But Sam was shuffling. Just randomly happened to shuffle the Rolling Thunder to the back.
So salvage drone,
Yeah.
rush of ice, another Skyline Cascade.
Hagra's Sharpshooter?
Yeah, 5 mana to give something -1/-1.
It's expensive. It does come up. I mean, Rush of Ice, also kind of expensive. Rush of Ice is kind of a tempo card. I don't feel like he's all that aggressive. I mean, Rush of Ice is fine. It's certainly better than the Salvage Drone. Sharpshooter's super slow, but I mean, there's a lot of one-toughness creatures in the format.
Right.
And the body's serviceable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, most of its value isn't just being solid 3-drop.
Skyline Cascade, another
nice.
Eldrazi Sky Spawner. Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy Sky Spawner. His deck seems fine.
Mm-hmm. Just gonna head through the air a bunch.
Yeah. Not a lot of removal, I guess?
No complete disregards.
Right.
But that because they're all on the right,
Oh, I see.
unsurprisingly.
That makes sense.
Well, I would imagine.
He got the Grip of Desolation. He's got, one clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of interaction, but, I mean, his card quality's solid. His curve is reasonable.
And he has a
Another
deck that
rush.
can go.
Missing.
Yeah, he can go turn 5, Sire of Stagnation with reasonable likelihood. He has a way to accelerate to that, and
Yeah, Mist Intruder versus second Rush of Ice is interesting. Doesn't really have much in the way of processors. He's got the Oracle, and it was like one other one-shot thing. But yeah, I don't think he wants the second copy of the Awaken card.
So I want to ask you about the card he picks here. That Adverse Conditions.
Sure.
How good is that card? Do you have a read
It's
on
good.
that card yet?
It's good. I mean, it's a tempo card, but you remember Blinding Beam?
Oh my lord, I love that card.
It's kind of Blinding Beam.
Right.
Right? I mean, tap 2 things, and they don't untap next turn. You essentially, if your goal is to clear a path for your attackers, it's great. And you get a Scion left behind that you can then attack with the next turn after their blockers fail to untap. Like, it's good.
Yep.
It's very good.
There's an Oracle of
another
Dust.
late Oracle.
Yeah.
Sure.
But there's also Blighted Cataract, which sacrifices to draw 2 cards.
Interesting. Yeah, it's funny. It depends if he needed another creature. If he's trying to convert a land slot into a spell, that's great. I think the Oracle is better, and he's got he's got Ingest without process, so yeah, it seems fine. I think the Cataract's the better pick there.
Dampening Pulse came back. He was actually
Oh,
looking
wow.
at that 8 picks
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. Dampening Pulse is just good. I think you're very happy to get that at this point.
So we're heading down the back stretch now, 3 or 4 picks to go. And he's actually going to still get some pretty reasonable things. Gets an Anticipate.
Over Wavewing. No hesitation. Saw the Wavewing Elemental do good stuff yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul wasn't interested in it either. I mean, it's slow to set up. It's a 6 mana,
3/4.
6 mana 3/4, but the landfall ability is very, very good. Myers Malice. He took one of those super early, so
He
happy
did.
to see this one late. See, this is where I would expect him to go. Second trip around the table.
Yes.
You take it and then you think about playing it. I think where that card will settle in.
Right. So we're also going to get a Salvage Drone.
Sure.
2 from the back, 3 from the
Is
back.
that actually better than Mortuary Mire there? I think I would have taken Mortuary Mire out of that pack.
Going to get something back.
I've got a rare creature in my deck and a mythic rare creature in my deck.
Right.
Put those back on top of my
Smothering
library.
Abomination and Siren
Yeah, I
Stagnation.
think that's actually a mistake. I don't think Salvage Drone matters.
So Sam gets his last card, and we are done in the BFZ draft. Remember, he was passing to Paul Rietzel.